Hey guys, welcome back to this series. So in today's video, we'll be continuing with indexes, and in that today we'll be covering vector stores as well as indexing. So let us understand what a vector stores are. So vector store is also one of the type of database that we have. So we know that when we load any of the data, and we have to deal with the data like the data files, then we make embeddings out of it, and then what we do is we store these embeddings, the vector embeddings, into a database. So to store that embeddings, vector embeddings, we need a database. So we can't use the traditional RDBMS. So that is why the vector stores come into play. So vector stores are basically made for storing these embeddings and retrieving the data more efficiently, because the querying or the retrieval of data is really fast in through vector stores. So vector store takes care of storing embedded data and performs vector searches for you. So as I mentioned that the searching is really fast in vector stores. So this is the basic pipeline that we have. We have to first of all load the source data, then we have to transform it, and then you have to embed the data into the vector store, and then you can directly query it on the vector store, whatever you want to retrieve. So there are different types of vector stores available out there. We have Chroma, then we have FAISS, then we have Lance, we also have Pinecone. So there are different number of vector databases, but we'll be dealing with Chroma because Chroma is one of the most used ones in the industry as well. So we will be looking at Chroma in detail. So let us then jump to the coding part so that we can get more clear idea about vector stores. Right. So we have got the formal introduction to vector store. That is, it takes care of storing embedded data and performing vector searches for you. So let us start with the by installing the dependencies. We'll be requiring the ChromaDB as well as the tick tokens. Uh, After that, the basic pipeline that we have. Then you need to import the character text splitter, then the chroma, because you have to we are working on chroma, so from vector stores you have to import chroma. Now let us look at this. We are dealing with a text file now, so I'll show you the text file. It looks like this. It has 10 points and it is something on the healthier lifestyle. So this is a text file on healthier lifestyle that we have now. I am sure that you have seen previous videos wherein we have used the text loaders, PDF loaders, different loaders. So you are comfortable with that. So we have used the text loader over here to load the text file. Then we have the text splitter. So text splitter is basically we have used the character text splitter, and we have divided it into chunk size of 1,000. So I'm sure you guys have seen previous videos for understanding this in a better way, or else you can go and check that out now. So once the text has been splitted, then we create the document. So there the splitted documents, the raw documents have been splitted. So this is a crucial step. Then comes the most important step, that is to store all this data in the vector database. So or the vector store. So basically DB is the vector store that we have, and Chroma. So this is how we write it, Chroma dot from documents. We pass in the documents, and we also pass in the OpenAI embeddings. So the embeddings that we use here is OpenAI embeddings. You can change that with your embeddings as well. So then we have so now we have got the vector store DB created, whose name is DB. And yeah, that's it. Those are the steps that we need to follow to put our data into the vector stores, to create our vector store. So DB is the vector store that we have. Now let us see what it gives for the query. So I have a query that what are the app assisted workouts. So what we do, as I said, that vector store are really good with similarity searches. So we do that only. We do the similarity search on the query. So docs is basically db dot similarity search query, and when I print that, this is what I get. Uh, App assist workouts, whatever was there in the file. So we have got that. it has searched for app assist workouts and it has printed the answer. So you can see that is what we can see. It's a bigger answer, so you can check that out. So this is perfect. Whatever we have asked for, it has went to the DB and searched for it, and it has given us an answer. So this looks really good. So this is how vector databases or the vector store work. Now let us move on to the most important part, that is how do we retrieve the data. If we know that we have pushed the whole documents or whatever information that we have into the database or maybe the DB, vector DB, but how do we retrieve from it? So we need a retriever for it. So a retriever is an interface that returns documents given an unstructured query. So first of all, we will be including some of the dependencies, that is the obviously the OpenAI embeddings. We'll be having the retrieval QA. So we will be studying about retrieval QA, different chains in further videos, but for demonstrations we have to use retrieval QA over here. So as we have already created the database, that is the vector store. So the vector store looks like this, that is the DB. So we have a retriever, so we define a retriever. So we for that the line that we have to write is retriever equal to db dot as retriever. So we will be having a retriever that will be used to retrieve data from the vector store. So now we have a chain, that is the retrieval QA from chain. So basically the chains concept will be introduced in some of the next videos. So here we have the retrieval QA, that is a chain. Let us just imagine it as an LLM that takes input the similarity search outputs that we have got, and then with the help of LLM it formats it. So this is like a gist of what the chain does here. So with the help of retrieval QA, we have passed in the retriever. So here you can see that we have passed in the retriever as the retriever that we have already created, and here we query the chain, the retrieval QA chain. So what is smart nutrition planning? That is what we have query, and QA.run query. So with that we get the answer. So it is pretty accurate and it has given the exact thing what is there in the text file. So this is how the retrievers work. Now we have a vector store index creator also. So this is specially designed for the vector stores. So, in vector store indexes, you can see that the steps of splitting the document, then the chunks, that step is been excluded. So that all things is been hidden or been abstracted with the help of vector store index creator. It directly creates indexes, and you can directly query on that index. So that is what has happened here. You see the raw document, we have just uploaded it, and we just have the vector store index creator, and then we pass in the parameters. First of all, the embeddings, then from what loader we wanted, like we wanted from the raw documents. So from loaders we pass in the raw documents, and then we directly have the index over here. So let us say we have a query, what are micro workouts? So that we have passed in through the index, and the query that we have is what are micro workouts, and this is how we get the answer. So it is pretty good, and I think it is pretty accurate what we have got. So yeah, that's it from this video. That we have looked at indexes, and we have looked at vector stores and retrievers too. So if you have any doubts, any questions, you are free to question it in the comments. We'll be happy to help you out. And yeah, stay tuned till the next video. Thank you.